Hey everyone, Close-Up Knife Reviews coming to you with an awesome Lengren knife. This is the Lengren Chief 001. This is listed on Amazon as the Lengren Chief 001. There's also another version. It's called the white version, which is a desert tan, which is the 107. So the Chief 107. This is the Chief 001. We're going to show you that. It's listed on the handle as the Chief 001. This is a very awesome tactical fixed blade, very thick. I'm going to go over some of the specs right now. But before we get into that knife and all the description, the details of that knife, you know the drill. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like this video, please do that also. So this knife is listed as the Lengren Chief 001. Total length 12.6 inches. So very big knife. Blade length 7.4 inches on the blade length. Blade thickness 6 millimeters. Very thick blade. Very nicely rounded over on the spine and the handle. We'll get into that. And this has a hardness of 62 HRC on the Sleipner steel. G10 handles with a rock pattern. Very, very nice removable scales. 62 HRC on the Sleipner steel is a very nice HRC. Very, very hard, very should hold up very, very well at 62 HRC. It's very awesome that this company is listing the HRC. These guys are making some amazing knives. If you haven't checked out Lengren, I highly suggest that you check these guys out. Very detailed, very very attentive to every detail on these blades. They're not throwing out anything that's questionable. These knives are awesome. I've done some other videos on Lengrens, and everything I've had in my hands so far is amazing. We're going to check this knife out. This is called the Lengren Chief, and I believe it's called the Chief for a reason, because the chief of a tribe would only have a knife like this. Nobody else in the tribe is going to have a knife like this. This knife is awesome. As you can tell just by the shape of this blade, it's a tactical design. We got a clip point. Very, very interesting how it's clipped right here. And then it gets thick right at the tip. So it gets thin, and then you'll see it on the spine profile here. The jimping is very interesting also. It's designed specifically for multiple applications. I'll go into that, but it's unusual jimping. You don't usually see jimping like that. We've got some jimping here, and we've got some jimping here as well. And those are all designed with a thoughtful purpose. So let's get into this knife and take a really close look at it. So all the holes in this knife are milled over just perfectly. They're not sharp. They're not, if you want to run a rope through them, they're not going to cut your rope. The jimping is all done really, really nice. You can see how rounded over the blade stock is. It's really rounded over, really, really nice. It protrudes from the scales a little bit. It's higher than the scales, which I love it. I love that feeling in my hand. I love this jimping as well. It's not sharp, but it's really aggressive. And you got some jimping back here for reverse grip. You got a hidden lanyard hole inside there. You can see that there. You also got some more holes here. If you want to lash this to a spear, you can use all these points here and tie this to a spear and make a very long self-defense weapon. So this blade is awesome. Let's look at the spine. So moving up the spine, we have very rounded over contour. It's very still rounded over very much here. All the way to the tip, this knife is rounded over. And that tip is amazing. Very symmetrical. And I love how it gets small here and gets big here. It's going to carry a lot of strength for any stabbing and prying tasks. This knife is going to be really, really strong. Here's your Chief 001. We're going to go over this jimping here in a minute. We're going to talk about this because this is very special. This is not your average jimping. This isn't done just for a look. This is designed for a purpose. This has a purpose, and I'm going to show you why. So this reverse grip and the jimping is absolutely done perfect as well. Putting your thumb right over this, you've got all the right angles here, and the jimping is in the right spot. It's just perfect. And my hands are pretty big, but you're gonna have guys with bigger hands filling out this knife handle, and it's gonna be comfortable for even the largest of hands. This knife is very heavy, very thick, very heavy. Bolt-on scales. The scales are done very symmetrical as well. Let's check it out. See, both sides of the handle are, everything's symmetrical, the whole thing. It's all done on a CNC, and it's done very, very well. The fuller, done nice. None of this is done by hand, so it's all done just perfectly symmetrical. This knife is balanced right here, right where it needs to be. I already did a balance on the other knife, but it's right here, kind of right on the blade, right here. It's kind of hard to do it, but it's like right on that finger choil. It's perfectly balanced. You know, both of these fullers are just done perfect on both sides. The grinds are done beautifully. You're not seeing, you know, one grind way higher than the other. You can go back and forth on this and show you. They're done just right. Everything I've seen from Lengren is done just right. You know, other knives that I've got, you got one side of the blade grinded higher than the other, and it's really hard to cut with a knife like that. When you push it through an object, it wants to veer off to the side, because one side of the grind is different. So when you're pushing it, pushing it down through an apple, it wants to kind of curve, you know. So it's important to have your grinds just right. But look at this knife. This is just a work of art. This is for $137. This is a chunk of steel that is designed very, very well. For $137, you can't go wrong with this knife. This is, if you like knives, you like using them, you like collecting them, this is a great one. We're going to get into this jimping. I know I'm kind of stringing you along on that, but I want you to stay tuned for that, because I want you to absorb all the details of this knife. It's just amazing. Everything, the rock pattern on here is done really well. Everything is done really, really well. The finger choil is done just right. Everything here is rounded over. It's really going to be hard for me to show you just how rounded over, you know, this blade stock is, but it's round. I mean, you can see how rounded it is. You're not going to be able to strike a fail rod on this knife, and I wouldn't advise you to do that. This is such a beautiful knife. So there's your Lengren Sleipner logo, and that's their logo actually right there. But look at the detail here, guys. This is all just done beautifully. Look at the grinds. I mean, just bam, perfect. As Neve Knives would say, bam. You know, this is one of those knives that you gotta have in your collection right here. We also did a video on the other one here. This is the white version. So I got both of these. And this one has the same steel, same everything, just a polished blade. Check out that video on that one. Back into this one here, we can look at the sheath. The sheath is done really nice. Carbon fiber. We're going to get into that jimping, guys, I promise. So carbon fiber accents here. Lots of lashing points. good retention belt clip. It does come off. If you want it to come off and put a different type of carry on here, you can do that. Very nice retention. There's very little, if any, movement in the sheath. Locks in there nice and crisp, and there's just a little movement in the sheath if you really wrench on it and try, but there's no sounds, none at all. It's quiet. That's just this thing, but this thing is quiet and stealthy and very nice. You can pull it out pretty quiet too if you really wanted to. Very nice. And that is honestly, this is some of the best retention I've ever seen on a sheath. This thing ain't going anywhere. You can wear it upside down without this strap down here and it ain't going anywhere. Very nice sheath. Guys, this knife is amazing. Look at the shape of that blade. So, getting into the jimping. The jimping is very special on this knife, in my opinion. Some people might say, oh, that's some weird jimping, but I'm going to tell you right now, it has a purpose, okay? So when you're holding this knife, instead of laying your thumb flat on it like this, you're going to do one of these. And you're going to find your position that you like best. You might like this one, you might like this one. You might want to lay it flat. And even when it's laid flat, it's not going anywhere. It's not sliding, it's not slippery. It's locked in there. But this is how you're going to hold this, with your thumb in here like this, and it fits, and it works, okay? This third position feels a little funky until you get up to here, and then you got straight down pressure on this. Very nice. I think it feels great in my hand, and you can also lay your thumb up here for doing some fine tasks. You can even get halfway out on the blade if you want. This is nice. A finger choil here. You're not going to run up on this blade. You can see I got room between my finger and the blade there. Especially if I hold it with the front of my finger like this. If I stick my whole finger in there and it starts getting fatter, then I run a little risk of sliding up on that. But if I hold it here, maybe on that first knuckle, I'm nowhere even close to that blade, And you can choose to put your thumb wherever you want. You can even put it back here on these jimps. So in my opinion, those jimps are nice. They're nicely done. They're nicely thought out. I love the handle. Love the pommel. I love this jimping here as well. Very nice. I love when a knife has a bird beak. It keeps it in your hand. If you're doing any chopping and swinging, it's not going to fly forward out of your gloves or out of your hand. Very nicely done. I give this knife a 10 plus all day. A plus, 10 plus, 10 out of 10, easy. I've reviewed other Lengrens and they are all done beautifully. I am absolutely in love with Lengren. I'm in love with the company. I'm really looking forward to, a future partnership with these guys moving forward. I'd love to review every one of their knives. These knives are awesome. The company is awesome. Attention to detail is awesome. Everything about these blades is awesome. I cannot recommend these enough. So these knives, I'm just kind of starting this channel, but these knives were purchased with my own money. And I wouldn't buy something that I haven't done my research on and I don't already like. So I'm telling you guys, if you're going to spend your money on a knife, I did too. This is a great knife. I've got other Lengren knives. I bought 10 knives of another design from Lengren because I bought 2 and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so good for the money. I have to have more. And that's just my honest opinion, guys, is Lengren is knocking it out of the park. I haven't really seen a company that I like more. As of right now, for me, for the price, for You know, everything you get for the money, this company is really, really awesome. I mean, of course I like Cold Steel. Of course I like, there's a lot of companies that I like, but these guys are among my favorite right now. I mean, I'm not joking. They're doing really, really awesome. I'm going to give a shout out to um, Legion, um, Legion Premier. They got a YouTube channel. They're doing a lot of videos on these Lengren knives, and they're doing like the hard use reviews on them, and they're doing a really, really good job with their reviews. They're cutting stuff. They're doing things like that. So their YouTube channel is Legion Tactical Cutlery, and he does a lot of stuff. I comment on a lot of his videos. He's actually sponsored by them, so he gets their knives, and he gets, you know, all of the ones that they send him, and he does reviews on them. And he's doing a very nice job, you know, cutting things and showing you that these are strong knives, and they're going to do what they say they're going to do. So he puts them through the test, and I, you know, like to give you the close up, the really, really close up video of the knives, just to kind of show you guys the really fine details on a knife. Because, you know, honestly guys, I love the hard use stuff, but if you put the knife in your hand and if it's just done bad, it's just not good. I mean, any knife can pound through stuff and cut through stuff, but in my opinion, I really like to see the details of a knife and how much attention they paid when they designed it. And so for me, that's important, you know, and for a lot of other guys, that's important too. You know, when we talk about the grinds, we talk about balance, we talk about the blade thickness. Just look at that tip, guys. How it gets thin right here and just thick right here. Wow. Again, guys, I believe the knife is named Lengren Chief because the chief of the tribe is going to have a knife like this. This thing is amazing. And shout out again to Legion Tactical Cutlery. Go check out their YouTube channel. He does a really great job of reviewing these knives as well. And you know, if you're into the Lengren, go ahead and do some more research. Don't take my word for it. Go over to Legion Tactical Cutlery and check him out. He does like the cutting. He'll do some batoning and some stabbing and some cutting of the ropes and things like that. And he'll do the tip tests, and he'll show you these knives are what they say they are. These knives are amazing. I can't tell you enough good things about these knives. They are fabulous. So I like the attention to detail they put into these, you know. So here's the black one, right? And here's the silver one, right? Well, they could have just used the same hardware in this one, but no, they looked at the details, and they decided if we're going to offer a blacked out blade, we're going to offer black screws as well. You know, they thought about everything on this. Everything is done just right. So this is a very big knife, big and heavy. Going to be really well suited for camping, self-defense, whatever you want to do with this knife. It's going to handle anything you throw at it. I like the jimping locations a lot. You know, the finger choil, the sharpening choil, and the finger guard here. It's all done really, really well. You know, and again, if you wanted to hold this knife all the time in this position, you could definitely do that. I mean, and that gives your fingers another way not to slide forward and backwards on the blade. I mean, you're not going anywhere if you grab the knife like that. It's not going anywhere. You could push, you could pull. It's not going anywhere. Some people don't like a finger guard, a finger choil. I do. I like a finger choil. I like to be able to choke up on the knife and do a little finer feather sticking, a little finer cutting, carving. If you killed an animal and you want to skin it, choke up on that blade a little bit, use the tip a little more. You can do a little pinch grip on this, you know, pinch it here. You can pinch it right in the fullers if you want. and do some finer work with it. You know, put a finger here, do some finer work. You know, for a big blade, this is a very versatile knife. Very, very nicely done. Go check these guys out. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like this video, please smash that like button. At the end of this video here, you'll see up in the upper left, there's going to be a subscribe button. And on the right, there's going to be some other videos that you can check out of ours. So please smash that subscribe button. Help us get our subscribers up. We're a new channel, but we're not going anywhere, and we need those subscribers, guys. So again, if you haven't checked out that other YouTube channel, Legion Tactical Cutlery, go check them out. He's an awesome guy. He does awesome videos. And, you know, please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. And there's also going to be a short on this one, and there's going to be a short on the other white one, the tan, desert tan. So both of them are going to have long videos and short form content. Thank you very much.